Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Showcase on Dark Souls 3. Nearly got the whole cali complete. Time for last crossbow. And of course, last crossbow is going to be the weirdest one. So yes, crossbows. Isn't it a pain in the ass to reload them? We should shoot more than one shot at once? Well, this kind of defies the nature of a crossbow, but here we are with the Avelyn. Their triple shot crossbow, well, it shoots 3 shots consecutively, but oh well. Their loading mechanism is even more confusing. Description reads, an extremely rare rapid-fire crossbow. Fires 3 successful bolts by means of an elaborate mechanism. Even I can't wrap my head around how that would work. Properly, anyway. Inflict heavy damage by making all 3 shots count. Meaning, don't miss. Despite its use as a weapon, this crossbow also serves, also as a priceless work of art. It bears resemblance to a musical instrument, which, when you look at it, kind of looks like a fiddle or a violin, but no matter. And of course, the skill is still the tackle, despite its very unique weapon. Lunge to a shoulder tackle, pushing back enemies to create distance, which only works on small targets and people's shields. So yes, a bit boring that there's no special to this that's unique, but anyhow, we got the Avelyn here, and it's very different. You got this weird, kind of like it's very well encased, you can't really see the mechanism at all. And you got pigskin on the bottom, because as it reloads, you kind of flip it forward and flip it back, and it magically reloads itself. I'm not kidding. Weird. As if it has its own built-in bellows. And not to mention, you got a clip through your hand there. But, oh well. I guess it was a really big afterthought to create this weapon, but is it useful? Going on to the stats of the Avelyn. Well, physically, well, we got 64 damage. It's not very great, but the idea is you get 3 of those shots. So, it's the most damage of any crossbow, considering if you hit all 3 shots. Now, for the range, it is the worst range of all the crossbows. Yeah, but that's not a huge deal, because this one you don't want to fire at long range. The farther you are away, the more likely you are to miss all 3 shots. The tribute requirements, you need 16 strength and 14 dexterity. It's not really too bad considering what it is. Kind of expected more dexterity to use this. And then we have the tackle, which is only 7 FP, and the weight of the crossbow is 7.5, making it one of the heaviest crossbows, but that makes sense given it, shoots 3 of them at once. For the animation, I wasn't kidding about the flip animation you saw there. And yep, all 3 shots, just like that. Reload, flip. Where it's getting the bolts from? Who knows? It's Dark Souls. Nice to get this some kind of weird, I don't know what to call that lever. It reminds me of a Luger, when you have a Luger's firing mechanism. But anyhow, and then you got the tackle animation here. Very quick, but not very useful. Now, in terms of something else funny to mention, that it seems like the same speed whether you're two-handed or single-handed. I know some crossbows get slower if you use it one-handed. But this one I expect it to be slower one-handed, but however, reload and firing is pretty much the same speed. So there's no real disbenefit, wielding or not wielding it double-handed. For range, I'm using a lot of crossbows for this one. You can see, just from the base range, you lose a lot of distance. It's already up to 2 feet, going close to a meter drop. Just from that distance alone. And we'll go cycle over to the farther target, where we'll lose a lot more range. Here's where you shouldn't use it. You see here I'm hitting the floor. That is a solid meter to 2 meter drop. Yeah. You shouldn't use this distance at all. So it's a close range weapon. When upgrading this weapon, you need Titanite shards, which is surprising. I expected Twinkling Titanite given its unique nature. Because, weapons imbue with power. So that says something about this weapon. Anyhow, you need Titanite shards, so you get roughly 6 damage. But remember, that 6 damage is times 3. So you actually get 18, which is pretty damn good per upgrade. So yeah, this is basic multiplication. Any damage you see, times it by 3, and you get the actual damage AR value of this weapon. Whether it actually does that damage, we'll find out. Otherwise, yeah, it's very standard damage. Nothing impressive, nothing new. I barely need to show upgrade here. Let's put a point A, point B when it's fully done. So in the end, I got 121. Times it by 3, get 363. So yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed. Alright, but I'll be using standard bolts for this. I took some lightning bolts to see any difference, but I don't expect to see much. Now let's try a headshot. I'm not sure how many bolts will hit. I'm thinking only one. If I truly only got 70 damage, I think only one bolt hit. There's a body shot. Yeah, hit 2 hits there. Alright, I don't know, all 3 of them hit that time, so it's 223 or 633. Alright. Okay, maybe it was a headshot. Man, this is a bit hard to get the damage rating because all 3 bolts might land in different areas. There's some lightning ones, which did more damage. Because, you know, these guys have very poor lightning defense. Now, I don't really care for the damage too much. As much as you times the damage by 3, it doesn't seem to be really delivering all that damage, does it? It certainly is powerful, but I expected a bit more. Keep in mind I'm using an awful lot of bolts doing this. Let's try some lightning ones. Doesn't really do much against the deacons. I might as well use standard. So yeah. And again, the tackle does affect them ever so slightly. Now, I'll have to showcase that the tackle does affect shields. Let's try get a better headshot here. Let's see, come on. Ooh, that's interesting. That was different. I'm not sure what prompted him to do that, but he did nonetheless. It's nice to know you have poise while tackling, but it's a little pointless, isn't it, if it doesn't do any damage. And here we go. And there's a shield broke. You fire a crossbow, and you want like a little bitch to reload and fight another day. So as powerful it is, I'm not really wowed by it. Powerful is a bit subjective, because again, your opponent has to be, you know, not moving fast. Or sideways. Especially not moving sideways. So fighting the Gargoyle, I wasn't really impressed with the fight. I sped it up. It is simple to use and easy. But, in terms of using a consistent like this, I think it's not really worth it so far. Not on a Gargoyle. But on the Black Knight, we shall see. Again, I'm going to try the headshot. I think I got it, but again, the R2 shots miss. Now, against Black Knight, he's going to use his shield, so again, I don't have to use it in point blank. Even then, the damage is not really there. See, I'm a bit disappointed by this weapon. But maybe the damage value truly isn't ×3. Maybe in upgrade section, it is entirely 3 shots. If that's the case, this weapon's extremely weak, and expensive, and pointless. It's best not to think such thoughts. But if it's either way the case, I don't find this crossbow particularly worth it. It spends extra bolts to cause mediocre amounts of damage compared to other crossbows that do almost the same in a single shot. Okay, let's go on to some pros and cons of the Avelyn. Now on the pros, well, it is truly unique firing 3 bolts at once. There's no other crossbow like it, that's for sure. And whether you use it single-handed or dual-handed, it's the same speed. That's also interesting to point out. Alright. On the cons, however, damage doesn't really live up to the expectation. And it uses extra bolts. Obviously. So, yes, it's rather heavy as well for a crossbow. So yes, all that said, let's go on to the score for the Avelyn. Damage, I'll give a 6 out of 10. It does better than the weaker crossbows, but compared to strong crossbows, it kind of, defeats the purpose of this weapon. It doesn't have the same range or the firepower. Or, I guess it has a little bit more firepower, but the cost of all those extra bolts. Range, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. That's the worst range of all crossbows, of all the conventional projectile weapons. For the weight, I'll also give it a 3 out of 10. It's heavy. Unnecessarily so, and you don't have range with this. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. This, though, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's still a decent crossbow, it's just for all the things that they throw into it, and what you expect out of it, you get disappointed is the word I want to use. Anyhow, the Avelyn in total gets 17 out of 40, which is bad. Just grab one of the bigger crossbows, get your headshot off, and just use it, and then use your conventional weapon as you always would. This weapon, not good for headshots or range. And without headshots or range, what is a crossbow then? Well, nothing exciting is the answer I have to give. It certainly is unique, that's for certain. There will be no other crossbow in Dark Souls like it. Or probably not any other Souls game if there are any more to be created. Spare successor or no. But yes, this weapon I just find disappointing after finally getting my hands on and using it, even after fully upgrading it. But that's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching and to see you guys next time. Take care out there.